If only my managers were better communicators. If only managers would share the purpose and the mission of the business. Have you ever heard those comments said, or things like them, where people are complaining, often senior management, about their line managers, about how they are blocking or not facilitating the changes or the connection that needs to be made with their employees? Well, I want to talk just briefly with you today about how do we help line managers. Because time and again, two things come up. One, people leave line managers, they don't leave organisations. We all know that. The stat's been here for many years. And secondly, we also know that if you don't get line managers on board, often change is really, really difficult. So, what's our solution here at Impulse? Well, we ask all our organisations this question first. When was the last time you listened to your line managers? When was the last time you actually measured how they were feeling and did a specific insight survey to understand what's going on for them, what support they need, where they are and how they're doing? So we actually say, let's start by understanding and being empathetic to the line managers, showing some compassion, showing that we care about them, rather than going, here's another thing we need you to do, here's another thing we need you to communicate. It's so important that if we want to bring line managers on board when it comes to engagement surveys or the employee experience or going through change, then we actually have to show them that we care about them. So we would always encourage you to first do a survey out to your line managers, asking them how they feel about the change or how they feel about whatever it is that you're working on, and the why, and then some other key questions. Once you've got that, great news, you've done the first step. The second step now is to do something with it, because now you can work out how do we best support our line managers to help us best support us. That makes sense? How do we best support them so they can best support the organisation? Yes, it takes a little bit of time. Yes, it might slow you down by a few weeks, but it's so important because ultimately it will speed you up significantly. So we would encourage you, do the survey, see what the issues are, see where they need the support, see what help that is required, and then thirdly, do something about it. I know it sounds obvious, but you'd be amazed how many people do a survey, then they look at it and go, gosh, look at this insight, isn't it amazing? And then they do nothing with it. So we're always trying to reduce down the time from the insight to the action. It's so important we bridge that gap and make it as small as possible. So once we've asked line managers what support they need, what help they need, how they're feeling, we can then really quickly, weeks, days, respond with what needs to change, what needs to happen. And by the way, the number one answer from line managers, are you ready for it? They want to have a conversation. It's as simple as that. Almost every time we see line managers say, we wish we had a bit more time to have proper conversations with our senior leaders so we understood what was being said, we understood what was required of us. Because time is one of the biggest issues that line managers face.